guys, I've just filmed a video talking about going into London yesterday and blah blah blah. So I've just changed my outfit so I can do another video. Same setup. Okay, there's a lot of videos that I still have to do yet, and I just thought which one would be good to do. So I saw this because I've got a pile of publicity of newspapers and magazines that I'm in about my transformation story, about me being a human doll, human Barbie. And one of the press requests that I got just before, during and after the show was one of those requests over that time period of the TV show Oh My God, My Barbie Body on Channel 5 in June the 25th was the air date, in case you haven't seen it. So I'm on Channel 5 at the minute because it's repeat showing on My 5, I think. So a lot of people watch the TV shows after the air date, so that's why I'm talking about it still. But also, the reason for this video is I just want to I'm ready to talk about this because a lot of the foreign press reported my story, and one of them said, oh, human Barbie, Rachel Evans, 46, you know, and they say that, talk about the way I look. And then one of them said, I want to be in Playboy magazine. Okay. But I did give an exclusive interview to Novi Cast in Slovakia, and she said to me, you're going to be on tomorrow's cover. Now, I had to laugh really because it is a cover, but it's the back cover. So in Slovakia, their front page is this, with their celebrities in Slovakia, and then I'm on as one of the celebrities on the back. So it's a full exclusive interview, which is interesting, isn't it? Because normally I think in the UK we put adverts on the back. I don't know. Oh no, football. Do you know what? I hardly read the newspapers. Oops. Okay, right. Yeah, I'm digital. So this is an exclusive Preplastikovana, Preplastikovana, Rachel Evans 46 exclusive. So Novicast, Slovakia, celebrity newspaper. Preplastikovana, Rachel Evans 46 exclusive. So that's my picture, and it says photo Rachel Evans Instagram. And Paul White took the pictures, obviously we worked together, so that's fine. And this is Barbie, copyright Mattel. So they put how much I've spent on my face and the value of my face over the last 11 or 15 years. It's actually 15 years that I've worked on my face, but 11 really. Because when I first started it was Botox, and that's not really a procedure, but then since then I've had a lot of treatment. So it's the last 10 to 11 years. Anyway, it says, Dusan Marko is the author, lovely lady. She sent me this from Slovakia. So yeah, basically I've translated it. I speak Italian, but I sometimes can translate. I don't know how, because I'm dyslexic with names and numbers. So I can't pronounce names, I forget people's names, and I can't process numbers. I see a white space of a blank page for numbers. But I'm all right at languages because I play everything by ear. And when I sing play by ear because I can't read music either. So anyway, I've looked at this and I did translate one or two. So basically, the reason why I'm talking about this is because she asked me quotes about Donald Trump. So that's why it's an exclusive interview. So she said to me, she asked me loads of questions on Donald Trump, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to be very careful what I say, but I have got about politics and religion, I try not to get involved. But with Donald Trump, basically, this journalist knew that I've got a video on YouTube saying that people used to say to me, you look like you're transgender. And even somebody that I went out with, which I'm not going to talk about ever, he used to call me a tranny, and it really affected me. And you know why? Because I opened up to a certain person in my past who I was going out with, and I said to that person, you know, I feel like a boy, and I've always felt like a boy since I was little. I've been a tomboy. I was running for Great Britain in high school. I wasn't really one of the girls at high school, even though I wore bows in my hair and I looked like a doll. I was called the China doll in high school because I was so tiny and skinny, and I was bullied for being too pretty. So they damaged my nose. Anyway, and in the show, obviously, I had my nose done. So watch Oh My God, My Barbie Body on Channel 5 if you haven't seen it, so it's really good. So I had nose straightened for the first time at the age of 46. So anyway, cut a long story short, the person that I opened up 2 years ago, and I said, you know, like, I dress like a boy in my early 20s. I think that person, because he was emotionally involved with me, he tried to get to me really badly. So all I'm going to say is I've experienced close up how it feels for people to say, you're like a man, you think like a man, you're really a man inside, you're a tranny, you look like a tranny. I always have struggled with my identity, and I've overcome it since my late 30s, early 40s, because I kind of just be myself now, and I found out my authentic identity. But in the past, in my 20s, it was a rocky road, and that's all I'm going to say, because I used to dress like a boy and I actually thought maybe I am a boy, and I used to question my sexuality. I used to question, am I a man, am I a woman, am I both, am I androgynous, honestly. So, and the universe obviously wanted me to comment on Donald Trump. So I try not to get involved in politics, even though I have got opinions. But I said this in the interview, right? So that's the background you need to know. In the interview, I said, world leaders like Donald Trump need to be more understanding of people with gender identity issues, because obviously with my background, I used to feel androgynous, I used to dress like a boy, and there's pictures out there of me standing next to George Michael when I worked on his High Court case. I did a short stint as a court reporter when I did media training and blah blah blah. So anyway, cut a long story short, the first pictures of me dressing like a boy came out this year. No, it came out December, the day after George Michael died, because the universe obviously wanted me to have proof that I used to dress like a boy. And there's a picture of me standing next to George Michael leaving the High Court. I was very shy. I used to wear boys' hats, boys' suits, walking cane, Doc Martens, you name it, short brown hair, no makeup. And even George sort of did a double take and looked at me when we were in court. He was in court, and I sort of was shy and I'd look down. But looking back, I realised at the time he hadn't come out. It was like 1992, 1993. George Michael hadn't come out then. And I wondered why he was looking at me like, oh my God, hello. Maybe he's like, is it a boy? Is it a girl? Whatever. I didn't even know. So anyway, cut a long story short, and I keep saying that, it's my middle name, Rachel, cut a long story short, Evans. I am Barbie. Okay. So, I'm making fun of it, I think, because it's a serious issue. I've got to stop it. Sorry, I apologise. What I'm saying is this. I've been through that feeling of being androgynous in my 20s and feeling like a woman in a boy's body. And then it was only in my gothic 20s that I started wearing makeup properly. And when I was turning 30, I did the Marilyn Monroe short blonde hair, pale skin, skinny, borderline anorexic. And then I transitioned into Barbie, because that's me, that's my authentic identity. And so the transgender question was never around in those days because I'm 46. In the 1990s, when I was going through my gender identity crisis, I was in my early to mid 20s when it happened, and there was nobody around then, and the internet wasn't even around then, and people definitely did not have social media. I don't even know if MySpace was even invented. It wasn't, was it? There was no social media whatsoever, so I had no one to turn to, and that's why I have my dark moments where I went through, issues. Anyway, so in this interview, I do say world leaders need to be more understanding of people with gender identity issues, or who might have a gender identity crisis, or who might be questioning their gender. Either way, we need to give love, not hate. And that's what the exclusive interview was that I gave. So, so the media in the UK didn't pick up on it, because obviously it's in Slovakian, isn't it? But it's out there, and I just want to bring it to people's attention that I've struggled with my identity, my gender identity crisis in my 20s, and you can come through it. So there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And now you've got social media, and you've got forums, and you've got the LGBT, community. Sorry, I'm just having a coffee. And back when I had my my gender identity crisis issues and I felt like a boy and I dressed like a boy, there was no one to help. But I'm grateful now that we have the internet, and thank you to the digital era that we live in, because now people can get forum help and talk to people, and you know, you're not alone. So never let anyone put you down as well, because I did. Anyway, I'm not going to go into that. So, bit of makeup. Okay, right, so that was the Novi cast in Switzerland. Exclusive interview, front cover. Yeah, I love that picture. Thank you for watching my video about my exclusive interview in Novi Cas, Slovakia newspaper. Yeah, thank you guys. Remember, whatever your gender, give love, not hate. And I personally choose not to be gender specific. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your gender is. I don't care. As long as you're authentic and you give love, not hate. You know, that's it. I still have a masculine energy in me, I know that. But I'm okay with that now. Remember, success is the best revenge. Bye guys. Say bye, Bobby. Bye. Bye guys.